from Ryerson in radio and television. She's been doing this for a short while, so give her your love to the stage. Coming up right now, Maxine Grossman.
Hello, everyone. How you doing? So, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm Jewish. Does that help? So, I just got back from a Jewish trip where we traveled to Poland and saw some concentration camps. And there was a Holocaust survivor with us, and so I treated everyone some good old Jewish comedy. So I said some things like, well, when I was in high school, I was in what I like to call a Jew crew. And we were horny motherfuckers. And I think we're trying to get back at Hitler for what he did. You know, procreate the shit out of our community. Can't get rid of us, Hitler. How's that for a slow burn? Yeah, I know, I think the Holocaust survivor liked that one too. And then I talked a little bit about how it's really great dating Jews. Because you have the same history and the same traditions. You've probably gone to the same schools and camps. Yeah, not those camps. I know, I'm a horrible Jew, it's okay. And then I went on to tell the survivor that I remember the first time I saw an uncircumcised penis. And I was giving him hands and I was like, oh my God, there's so much to work with here. Yeah, I think the survivor really loved my set. So when I was younger at parties, I'd always request the song I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry and make out with my friends on the dance floor. Yeah. Thank you. At the time, I was like, nah, I'm not bisexual. I'm just an attention whore. Oops. Turns out I'm both. Yeah. And as some people even say I look like Katy Perry, but that's a little awkward because I fucked her brother. Yeah, and he saw the tattoo on my arm. It says, "No regrets, just love," which is a lyric from the song Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. Yeah, it was a little awkward. But, you know, figuring out your sexuality, it's a really confusing thing because I grew up being really attracted to everyone, but then I was told I had to pick a side. And so now I'm thinking, do I want fries with that? And then I think of bifocals. Because if glasses can have multiple prescriptions and be this fluid, why can't sexuality? Thank you! And if you don't like bifocals, you're really just short-sighted. Yeah, so I've been thinking about women a lot recently. Yeah, there's this stereotype that we're bad at driving, but I call bullshit on that because we've been raised to check our blind spots. Especially when walking home at night. Yeah. Thank you, it's true, I'm just preaching truth. Yeah, we're very aware of our mortality. We have to consistently think about like rape and murder and toxic shock syndrome. If you don't know what that is, it's, okay, cool, you don't. So I'm going to explain it to you. It is caused by bacterial toxins that build up if you leave a tampon in for too long. And it can kill you. So for 3 to 7 days every month for about 30 to 40 years, we're narrowly escaping death. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, and if you've been a woman, the last 2 weeks have been absolute shit. Because, you know, there's Alabama and Missouri and Georgia, right? They're all trying to take away our right to choose, and it's fucked. But I like to look on the positive side. I like to think that we still have lots of choices in life. Like between an alleyway and a coat hanger. Right? Yeah, there's a really big divide between men and women. You know, if you ask any man about using a public restroom to pee, he's fine with it. It's totally fine, whip it out while standing. Ask a woman, and anything outside of your own washroom is like absolutely disgusting. And I think it's because we have to sit down to pee, and it's a very vulnerable thing to open up your asshole. Yeah. Take anal sex, for example. Okay? There's like a really high probability of you shitting yourself. And so you can be like maybe 90% confident, but that's like gray bed sheets level confidence. Okay? No one is 100% white bed sheets level confident. Yeah. But I've been feeling very empowered recently because when I go to get my butthole waxed, I have to hold open my own ass cheek. And so I'm just an independent woman who don't need no esthetician's assistant. Yeah. So I really love collecting things. I love collecting programs from plays and name tags and autoimmune disorders. I have 2 right now, but leads on 2 more. And it's really great because when Jews marry Jews, you get a lot of diseases specific to Jews, like most bowel disorders. And I think this kind of avid collecting just runs in my blood. Thank you. So I told this joke a few months ago, and at the time I was like, I only have 1 autoimmune disorder, but recently, lucky me, I was diagnosed with a second. It's called Raynaud's syndrome or Raynaud's phenomenon. I prefer phenomenon because I am a phenomenon. And pretty much it just translates to like me being allergic to the cold. So it's great that I live in Canada. Yeah, it's caused by blood vessels that are overly sensitive, just like my ego. Thank you. But the only scary thing about it really is that your hands or feet can turn like super blue or white or red, which is like really patriotic. Yeah, but I have to check my privilege because if I lived in the US, I would not have enough money to go around collecting these diseases. But in Canada, this attention whore gets satisfied for free. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm Maxine Grossman.